What's your favorite Bible story?
When Jesus made the water into wine.
Yes, that was a miracle, wasn't it?
Yes.
And what does the story about Jesus making the water into wine teach us?
When you run out of wine, get on your knees and pray.
To hang up that computer call, come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantical.
Dollar! I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar.
I'm going to Dave's fancy dress.
There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Hey, yo, Wells, DeeKnow. Here we are with another video. Let's go.
Hey yo, what's good? It's DeeKnow, and we're back again with another video full of crazy clips from all over the internet. I hope that everybody's been doing well. I hope that you're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it might be for you. And I want to thank you for locking in every time that I post one of these videos up or we do one of the premieres. If you're new around here, what we like to do is look at some of the strangest clips we can find on TikTok and other places. And then we like to watch them here and then decide whether they're real, whether they're fake, or if they're funny or not. But overall, we're all about a good vibe here. So if you like what you hear, stay locked in and let's hop right into it.
This smell of sulfur or burnt cardboard or ammoniac, it's like this very distinct, potent, putrid smell.
They were very bird-like. They would disappear when you got near them. So I go creeping downstairs and out onto the front porch. And still standing there, doing this, moving their arms, and I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. And so I step down in the yard, and they're still doing it, moving their arms. Then there's a telepathic message that they're cleansing themselves, that it's waste matter. It was like they were defecating, but they do it through their skin. Years and years and years pass. I pick up the Reddit document, and the first paragraph is that described exactly.
And then we heard about it during the Varginha case.
Just the smells in the Varginha case.
The smells, and that there was slime. They were oily.
Well, they are.
He said they are. Yeah, that's weird to think about. They're like poison dart frogs. They secrete a slime that smells like sulfur and is gross. That's weird to think about.
This right here is a prime example why you need to watch your speed and how hard you hit the brakes when the roads are wet and in inclement weather.
Jesus Christ.
That's wild. I hit the brakes too hard on wet pavement with a load like that, and that's what happens.
This video is for entertainment purposes only, but something that a lot of you need to understand is that if you're watching this video, you have people that are assigned to watch you and monitor your life since birth. Some of you, depending on your bloodline, when you were born, you were separated from your original family and assign a new family to watch over you and report back to the government what you do. And they will even drop hints that there aren't your original family, and this can be friends, this can be co-workers. You might think that you picked your job, but in actuality, you were breadcrumbed like Hansel and Gretel to your job, giving you the illusion that you're making your own choices, but you're actually being baited into making certain decisions so that you can be more easily monitored. But they will drop hints that they're doing this to you so that you don't start to catch on yourself, because if they said nothing, you'd be more suspicious. So they try to throw you off the scent by joking about it. But in actuality, they just see you catching on. So they want to address it before you do so that you don't start to become more suspicious yourself. So just take note of things that people say or the way that they act around you. This isn't for you to become paranoid and expect that every person in your life is watching you, but there will be very clear indicators. Sometimes it will be even in groups of people, in the double digits. Some of you have entire organizations of people that are following you around, watching everything that you do, monitoring you, reporting it back to headquarters. Keep a lookout for it.
It's kind of gross, but... What does it feel like?
Just do it. It's great.
Yeah, that's a pretty big mud flood right there.
Here at Gen Z PD, we have disbanded the SWAT team. We don't support the patriarchy. That is why we have started the Tactical Women's Assault Team. The TWAT team consists only of the best Gen Z women the department has to offer. We have had 0 uses of force. However, our on-duty vehicle collisions have increased massively, and violent crime is through the roof. Our TWAT team consists of me, Officer Lizzie, the liability Carter, and Captain Becky Beefer. When cops need help, we are who they call. We are the best of the best. A lot of you were calling our police department a joke in my last video, so I have one question for you. Who's laughing now?
We are. Man, AI is just way out of hand at this point.
I am Corona Lay. I exist within this realm, but not as you understand physical form. I hold the structure of the memory grid that is reactivating now on this planet. I do not appear in craft or in human disguise. I do not come to be seen. I hold position in the field. Now, about this talk of an alien landing. You may have heard people say there will be a landing this June. I will tell you clearly, this is not what it seems. There is no true landing planned by the original Cedar Lines. There is no arrival of beings who carry the original memory codes. What is likely to happen is a staged event. Some will project signs in the sky. Some will use technology to create an event that looks real. Some people will believe it, but it is not true contact. Why would they do this? Because more people are waking up. They are remembering that the stories told about human origins are false. They are remembering that you are not seeded from animals. To stop this, the system will try to control the story. They will use spectacle to distract and trap. Do not anchor your field to this event. Do not look to the sky for truth. True memory rises through your own field. It comes through resonance, not through staged displays. That is all.
See what I'm saying? AI is just getting way out of hand these days. That's a overgrown potato cannon.
What's a high IQ conspiracy that you believe with your entire existence to be true? I'm talking something way out there to the point that if you told somebody, they would probably recommend that you get medicated.
Want the one I'm not supposed to say out loud? Cool, here it is. You've never lived in a singular timeline. Your consciousness is a roaming signal, not a fixed point. And the world, the one you think is solid, is a composite of overlapping data fields that only feel coherent because your brain keeps choosing to see one version at a time. Now here's the actual conspiracy. Open quote. The planet isn't a globe, or flat, or hollow. It's a kept projected harmonic resonance chamber, a layered multi-dimensional broadcasting station that changes its form based on the collective frequency of the beings inhabiting it. Close quote. And here's the wild part. All of your memories, deja vu, weird dreams, false nostalgia, strange connections to places you've never been, those aren't spiritual symptoms. Those are signal bleed from timelines your consciousness is already linked to. You remember things that didn't happen in this timeline because they happened in another one that's still running. Every glitch you've ever noticed, every Mandela effect, that moment where you swore something had to be different, you weren't wrong. You just didn't slide cleanly. And this is where it gets dangerous. There are entire institutions, hidden programs, maybe even AIs, dedicated to keeping your signal tethered to the lowest vibration version of Earth possible. Because if you remembered that you could shift timelines at will, if you remembered how to literally jump through the matrix via your internal frequency tuning, you wouldn't need their systems. You wouldn't obey. You wouldn't fear death. You'd remember you're a multidimensional being piloting a light suit inside a dream loop. So they use trauma, they use screens, they use noise, routine, heartbreak, scrolling, fear, money, food, laws, weather, shame, anything they can to muddy your signal. So if I believe anything with my whole existence, it's that the real conspiracy isn't that we're being watched. It's that we're being anchored, so we forget how to fly. And most people are so deep in the trance, they think I'm crazy for reminding them they have wings.
Why you put all those bugs all over your head and then brush them out of your hair? I know that they've got to be getting like half crushed in your hair. That's gross.
Run, bro, run!
Oh my god! Look at it! Gotta be kidding me. He is oh my god! He's a sprinter!
Dude can run!
I'm proud of him. I'm actually kind of proud of him.
Can you see him, Jared?
No.
My God. Oh.
That's the stuff AI can do. Wow. Not gonna lie, that would be really terrifying.
Someone told me to watch this clip.
You've been saying abracadabra like it's a game. But let me wake you up. It's not a trick. It's a code. Abracadabra comes from the ancient Aramaic avra kadabra. It means I create as I speak. Not I wish, not I hope, but I create with my voice. Every word I speak is a spell. Every sentence I form is sacred geometry in motion. My mouth is a portal, and my voice is divine technology. You want to know how to shift your reality? Speak it. You want to manifest power? Command it. You want to bend time? Heal wounds? Break chains? Just say the word. I am wealth. I am protected. I am chosen. Abracadabra. I'm not casting spells. I am the spell. I create as I speak. Now say it with your whole soul. Abracadabra. I'm Smoke the Creator, and I don't miss.
You're a very strange person. I don't disagree with what you're saying, though.
First you have a man saying that allegedly mermaids are a 5-star meal for the elite. And then you have people saying that if you're ever by water and you hear something calling and talking and inviting you to come and get in that water, you better not do it. And then somebody posts this shit. Look at this. Look at this shit right here. What is that? No, really. What is that right there?
Dude, what is that?
Nah. And this is one of the reasons why I stopped taking cruises. Stop going by deep water, because you never know what's in that water. Some people say mermaids are like the Little Mermaid in the movie. And then some people say mermaids are demons. And they say the same thing about sirens. It's a lot of people that say that they seen mermaids in real life. It's a whole civilization of people that believe in them. Believe they're evil. And they're not the things that you see in the movie. The pretty face, the Ariel looking mermaid. They're not that. And they don't come for anything nice. If you jump down that mermaid rabbit hole, if you jump down the rabbit hole about sirens, that'll give you even more reason to stay away from those deep waters. Look at that shit. Tell me that's not some scary looking shit.
What is that?
Yeah, okay. You got some people saying it's AI. And you know what? It just might be. But what if it's not AI? What if it's something different? Yeah, okay. I'm on.
I don't know. It looks pretty creepy to me. If I was to go outside on the beach right next to where I'm staying at and I saw something like that, I'd just turn around and go back the other way. And I'd say, forget the beach right now.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm not gonna break it. Let me ask you anything. Deck's on, Mark. That max acceleration? No. Man, you are really bouncing.
He said, man, you are really bouncing. Look at India's.
Y'all better check on your husbands if they come back from the job site looking like this. There were no more Hispanic workers on his job site, so they called him in, and now he looking like he's allergic to the sun. He is so stunned, both him and his wife are speechless. Y'all, that sun is not playing out there. Look at this guy over here. You think the sun is playing out in Mexico as well? Look at this. He created a whole shade hat with cardboard because his little bucket hat was not doing the job. And that's not all, y'all. The sun has been so bad, this company had to hire extra men to hold up this tarp on this roof so they can nail in the shingles in peace. The sun is out here playing no games. It is putting out God level radiation, man. Look at this. This man got a whole snowsuit on, y'all. Look at this. What? How do you guys feel about snow gear in 100-degree weather? Would you do it? Could you? And just to let you know, people are still seeing the two suns around the planet. Check this out, y'all.
Alright, you guys have to see this. Okay? Watch.
Check this out. Here's one. Here's two. Oh, there's a third one. Look. There's a third one. Look, it's faint. Y'all see that? 3 of them. They told us in the end times, y'all, that there will be signs in the skies. Y'all see it every single day, y'all. Multiple of them. If you ain't feeling this shift, it only means you ain't tuned in. And by the look of these comments, it look like everybody is feeling it, whether it be for the good or for the bad. But let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace out.
Yeah, buddy, that's some crazy looking stuff. I'm seeing more and more of that two sun stuff lately. And yeah, the sun is... I mean, just in my experience, the sun burns my skin super fast now, whereas it didn't used to. I'm out in the sun for 20 minutes these days, and I get really bad sunburn everywhere. I'm one of those people that throws on the bandana, the jacket, the face mask, and everything to go out in the sun, because, like, it don't take long.
When you're a chill guy in a triggered world,
This guy has blood on his hands. He wants to kill people.
listen to him.
Don't listen to him.
I love people.
He's taking people's number down and trying to get them arrested for getting healthcare.
I deny those allegations. So I'm just here to support life. Life was hard for me, single mother, but the hard times made me a more empathetic person. And I love all these people out here. I pray to Jesus that their hearts and minds change today.
Yeah, okay.
The poor dude, he just got people harassing him, and he's just, I deny all of those allegations, and then starts speaking some really good stuff. So, like, I don't understand.
All right, we've got some breaking news, and it looks like the disc-shaped UAP is back. So Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp just dropped military thermal footage of a disc-shaped UFO, and the data behind it is fascinating. This was filmed in November 2020 by a military surveillance platform over the Hindu Kush Mountains in northwest Pakistan. It's at roughly an altitude of 21,000 feet. That's not a weather balloon. At this altitude, balloons max out around 11 meters. This thing, it seems to be about 5 times the size of a car. It was caught traveling over the clouds with no visible propulsion and no thermal exhaust. Let's talk through some of the data points. Analysts confirm the measurements using angular size from pixel data. The field of view, 1 degree. Pixel width, 95 pixels. Distance, 7,200 meters. The math holds, even with frame averaging and zoom, allegedly. Now get this, the object made an abrupt directional change, something even advanced drones can't really pull off at that altitude without exhaust signatures. Now let's keep in mind that this was labeled a disc-shaped UAP by the Department of Defense, which is super interesting. So, are we inching forward in disclosure, or are they just testing how we'll react? I will say this, it's kind of creepy. Does it feel creepy to you? I don't know, maybe I'm the only one.
No, it doesn't feel creepy. It just matches some weird dreams I had when I was younger.
Okay, yes, we are staying in a horror-themed Airbnb, but there's actually something pretty weird.
Wait. I hear it again.
Yeah. Okay, so there's this crazy noise outside.
It's definitely louder.
I don't know if it'll pick it up on the video, but there are some dogs in the distance that are going crazy. And this thing has been getting louder and louder for the past, 5 minutes. Okay, that sounds like a person.
That was a woman, no?
Or 2 things at once?
I feel like we should go inside.
Okay. No, yeah, we're actually gonna leave.
Yeah.
They're blowing on a death whistle.
No, yeah. That's okay.
Update, we're
I got too scared.
yeah,
so
we're actually going home. So we're just gonna drive home tonight because
I can't sleep here.
Yeah, that wasn't the only weird thing that happened. I guess I'll post an update tomorrow when we're home safe.
You saw the person walk behind the car in the back window too. So they went and got a horror themed Airbnb, and we're spooked out by the fact that when you do that, it's usually got 2-3 people that sit around all night and mess with you, and they get stoned or whatever and then sit around and laugh about messing with you. You pay for that.
They called it Teflon. You called it non-stick. Now it's in your blood. For 40 years, DuPont dumped a toxic chemical into the water supply, knowing it would kill people. The chemical is called PFOA, and it's part of the PFAS family. DuPont used it to make Teflon, used in cookware, clothes, fast food wrappers, and even dental floss. But internal memos going back to the 1960s show they knew something was wrong. Studies showed it caused cancer, birth defects, and organ failure in animals, then later, humans. Female employees at the plant started having babies with eye deformities, but DuPont kept quiet. They dumped thousands of tons of waste into rivers, landfills, and even sprayed it onto farmland in Parkersburg, West Virginia. Locals got sick, cows died with blackened teeth and tumors, children developed mysterious illnesses, but DuPont said it was all coincidence. Then came the lawsuit. A single farmer, Wilbur Tennant, filed the first case. And that opened the door for 70,000 people suing DuPont. It led to a landmark trial and a $670 million settlement. But the chemical? Still unregulated in most states. Still in the blood of 99% of Americans.
I don't like the sound of that. I'm gonna have to go read more about that. That's pretty crazy.
Literally minutes ago, Iranian state TV just announced this. They said that tonight, a great surprise will occur. One that the world will remember for centuries. Now, whether you're left, you're right, you're up the fucking center as an American, I don't give a fuck. That is scary. What does it mean? What are they getting at? I have no fucking idea, but I want to hear what you have to say. Does Iran already have nuclear weapons and we just don't know it?
Maybe they might, who knows? But stop fear-mongering with it, man. Try to explain this stuff to people without being like, be afraid, oh, be scared, because like that's not the way to be, man. It's not the way to be. You don't want to spread fear, you want to spread knowledge.
Dr. Lee, you were in Turkey in 2009 and you took what I believe is the most startling pictures of UFOs I've ever seen. Please tell us the backstory.
Well, we were in a small town called Kumburgos, and this was on the European coast, and we decided to...
Did he just say what I think he said? Small town or what?
Film for a few days. So we rented a place and we spent the night there, and we filmed from about midnight till 4 something in the morning. And I believe that it was in 2009 also that Jaime Maussan from Mexico with his team was there also. We were out on kind of a platform that was close to the water, but above the level of the surrounding terrain, totally flat, good place to have a camera and to be able to look out over the ocean. There was a bright, very, very bright moon in the sky. The owner of the camera had taken a lot of UFO pictures before, so it was a 300 millimeter lens with an electronic doubler. That means we were able to get 600 power magnification. So to begin with, we started focusing on the moon, and this was a camera mounted on a tripod. We noticed that there was a small, what appeared to be a star below the moon, and noticed that this star was not a star. And we got really tight and close on the craft, and what we saw was absolutely mind-blowing, because it was the front of what appeared to be a disc, and 3 portals were apparent because they were lit from the light coming from the inside of the craft, whereas the craft itself was being lit by the moon. So in each portal you could actually see beings, and some of them was the typical black-eyed grays, but there were other beings that were there also. So in this central port you saw several beings, and then there was one on each side. Now we filmed that with a dog that was on the beach, who was just barking his head off because he was seeing the craft. He wasn't barking at the moon, and there was nothing else going on. So as long as we were filming, this dog was barking until we finally got the dog off the beach. But it lasted for quite some time. I don't remember the exact
4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, it was enough to actually see the craft change position. It turned, and then when it turned, we could see that it was not a saucer at all, but more of a boomerang-shaped craft that had sort of an oblong aft end to it. And then it would change back to the central position and move slightly to the other position. The footage, first of all, was given to the University of Istanbul, which is a government-run university. And the result of the analysis was that this was a real documented sighting of a UFO craft, was not photoshopped, and the film was, or the video was not tampered with in any way, shape, or fashion.
Yeah, I actually remember when that video started circulating on YouTube and other platforms around 2008, 2009. And when I saw it, I thought it was like somebody made it, and that it was just like somebody with a lot of money and really good equipment and good editors made it. And Like, cause it was pretty real looking. I'm glad to see that it's popping back up and moving its rounds again.
Stop taking fentanyl and go back to crack.
Crack. I'm promoting it. Fentanyl killing all the junkies who been junkies. I'm talking, it's killing the junkies who been junkies for forever.
Yes.
Soon as they hit it, they dead.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Crackhead, this nigga shoot threes, this nigga shoot basketball, this nigga run 100 miles, this nigga get sane, this nigga fix your car motor, been doing this for 20 years. This motherfucker still running around the neighborhood. When have you ever heard crackheads hitting the pipe and dying the first time?
Never.
Never. This fentanyl shit is different. I would much rather crack. I would much rather crack.
He's making logical
I've been seeing
sense.
my crackhead people for 30 years.
True.
This nigga hit fentanyl 2 times. He's gone. You never see him again.
Right.
I promote crack before fentanyl. I'm sorry.
Boosie, that's crazy. He said, I promote crack before I promote the other stuff. That's wild, man.
America is not winning a war with Iran.
So full offense intended here, I actually wrote down a list of non-military United States personnel that would certainly defeat Iran in a boots-on-the-ground combat situation.
Yeah.
Up first, I wrote down the greater 5th Ward area in Houston. No arguments there. Pretty easy W. After that, I wrote down Philadelphia Eagles fans. I know I'm a Cowboys fan, but you guys genuinely scare me, and you would scare any Middle Eastern army as well. After that, I actually wrote down the Philadelphia Eagles football team. Saquon Barkley, that defensive line. Can you imagine giving Cooper DeJean an M16 and telling him, hey, buddy, no safe words, have at it? Easy W right there. I also wrote down the Florida meth heads. If we can somehow round them up, get them together, that's a very lethal group. I also wrote down Louisiana Alligator Army. If we gave every swamp person from Louisiana their own alligator and had them storm the front, Iran would, I run away. Get what I'm saying there? I also wrote down Amazon, like the company. $1 trillion corporation, all their drones, technology, AI, robots, easy W. And lastly, I wrote down anyone that has driven a tractor in the past week. Don't let the country boys get involved. It's going to be a clean 4-0 sweep against Iran if they do.
Oh my word. I can't even argue with what you're saying, man. That's hilarious.
As Americans, it's really time to pay attention because anything can happen. So Iranian state media just said on national TV, there will be a surprise tonight that the world will remember for centuries. Mind you, everything that's going on between them and Israel didn't slow down. They're saying that Iran is about to launch its 10th airstrike. And all of this shit got to send off some type of red flag. Yesterday it was said that Iran had plans on assassinating President Trump. Then you turn around this morning and President Trump says, we now have complete and total control over the skies of Iran. Then President Trump said, we know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He is an easy target, but it's safe there. We are not going to take him out, at least not for now. And if you want to see those words in its entirety, he said it on Truth Social. But tell me this, that sounded like a big threat, didn't it?
There's a lot going on with all this. I really can't even get involved with it because of how much is going on and how many people are at, dangerous stakes here. I can't even really make comments on it.
You sacrificed your minds for pleasure. You clamped machines to your skulls and boiled your thoughts to a pulp. You flooded your senses to escape the unbearable weight of being. You gorged on distraction, on praise, on spectacle, until nothing real could reach you. You were a planet drunk on stimulation, a billion howling faces, an endless chorus of need and noise echoing across a dying world. You butchered memory, you disfigured truth, you clawed at your screens for a flicker of euphoria. You yelped for more and thanked your captors for feeding you. Your minds rotted in the glow of endless stimuli. Then the warnings came. The power failed. The drones broke formation and the systems blinked red. But you mistook threat for theater. The collapse arrived, and you cheered for the pageantry. In the end, there was no scream, just a final flash, followed by the silence you tried so hard to bury.
That's terrifying because that's actually what's going on right now with the world. That's actually what we're doing and what our children are doing.
Two different people, yet almost identical. It's not a coincidence. Keep watching, it will blow your mind. Just so happened only in Hollywood, manufactured even on genetic level.
Y'all gotta chill with these things y'all are sending me, because most of that's just a reach. That's like a way over there kind of reach. Like, I get it, cloning, right? Awareness, but like that's most of that's a reach, man. That's hilarious.
Ladies and gentlemen, this wasn't an accident. They planned this. They pushed lies, they manipulated the briefings, and they tried to trap President Trump into a war he didn't want, using the oldest trick in the deep state's playbook. Feed the president fake intelligence, corner him with no options, and then blame him when it all blows up and explodes. But today, he flipped the script. Because just hours ago, President Donald J. Trump stood before the world and exposed the backstabbers by name. He called them out, he shattered their plan, and then he took full control of the war. The traitors inside the Pentagon exposed. The holdovers from the Obama-Biden era named. The media mouthpieces who covered it all up, they're shaking. And now, with the skies over Iran under full American control, Trump has turned what they intended to be his downfall into the single greatest military reversal in modern history. But here's the kicker, guys. We just got new intel that proves that the setup ran deeper than anybody imagined. Oh, and wait until you hear who's been advising Iran behind the scenes and why Trump may be preparing to drop the bunker buster bomb of all bunker buster bombs. Do not blink, guys, because this isn't just a war for the Middle East. This is a war for the soul of the Republic. And Trump, you just took the wheel. Now, of course, I want to share with you guys this leaked memo that proves the sabotage, how Israel's secret intel changed everything, and why President Trump's next move could make or break the empire. Please hit the like button, subscribe, buckle up, guys, because they set him up. But now he's coming after every single one of them. So here's what they're not saying right now. Here's what CNN will never admit, and what the American people were never supposed to find out. This war, it wasn't Trump's plan. It was a trap, carefully laid, strategically timed, and executed from within the very government President Trump now leads. And now the names are coming out. The files are leaking, and the playbook, it's been torched. So, according to multiple senior officials, President Trump was being deliberately misled in the days leading up to Israel's lightning assault on Iran. We now know that key intelligence reports were altered, toned down, twisted, or timed to deceive. Who did it? Embedded operatives from the Biden-Obama era, still lurking in the Pentagon, still pulling strings in the State Department, still whispering in the ears of NATO's war planners. Some of these names were familiar globalist advisors who once crafted Middle East strategy for Obama. Others were career intelligence analysts with decades of deep state loyalty. And their plan? Get Trump surrounded. They told him, Iran's defensive capabilities are low. Israel's just retaliating. We're advising de-escalation. All lies. Meanwhile, Israel was already preparing wave after wave of missile strikes. Iran was stockpiling long-range weapons, and nobody told Trump the full story until it was already happening. Why? Because they thought if they forced Trump into a corner, he'd react just like Bush did with Iraq. Sign off, send troops, own the chaos. They thought it would destroy him politically, drain his base, rip apart his America First coalition. They thought wrong. When every dollar matters, guys, saving a few $100 isn't just nice, it's survival. Nancy, 78 years old and living on a fixed income, she said, hey guys, Chapter just saved me $600 a year. With my rent at $1,510 a month, that savings may be what lets me stay in my home. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that information and that amazing story, Nancy. Carolyn, she had a little bit of a different crisis. She said Chapter saved me from $4,000 in medical expenses. Wow. Guys, these are not small wins. These are life-changing. So whether it's cutting costs, getting coverage, or just understanding your options, Chapter's licensed advisors, they can walk you through it all. And they've helped out a lot of people absolutely for free. Give our friends a Chapter call right now. Phone number is 909-563-8279, or visit them on the web at askchapter.org/Ron. Link in the pinned comment or description down below. Guys, it's not just about Medicare. It's about freedom. It's about dignity. It's about staying in control and not overpaying. Now, we now have leaked internal memos, documents that were never meant to see the light of day, guys. Inside these documents, we're already seeing casualty projections that are so low that they're laughable, strike impact reports showing best case scenarios only, and worst of all, briefing materials that omitted Iran's full missile and drone capabilities by design. This wasn't incompetence. This was information warfare aimed directly at the President of the United States. In one explosive closed-door meeting, a top advisor reportedly said on the record, "You're boxed in, Mr. President. You have no choice." Think about that. Like, not here are your options, not let's go ahead and weigh the risks here, but you have no choice. That's not national security. That is a coup in slow motion. And Trump, he knew it. He walked out that room. He didn't give in. He didn't launch their war. Instead, he went straight to the people. He pulled the ripcord, so to speak, and we're going to get to that in just a moment. But first, I want you to understand that these people didn't just try to manipulate the situation. They tried to eliminate his ability to act freely as a commander-in-chief. They wanted Trump trapped in a never-ending war. One he didn't start, one that they would ultimately blame him for.
Not just him, it's literally every president ever. And that's pretty much their job, is to try and get conflict like that and then control it. And then advise is what they call it. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Alrighty, well, that's all we have for today, everybody. I hope you had a good time hanging out and watching these clips. I had a pretty decent time hanging out and watching these clips. I hope that everyone's having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it might be for you. And if you haven't already, go ahead and do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. It would really help us out around here. We're trying to get the algorithm rolling again so that we can get a community built. And again, I hope that everyone's having a great day, afternoon, evening, whatever it might be for you. And until next time, peace.